In this tutorial you will see how media classification works, to understand how to search images, videos, and audio files. Immediately after the disk scan for file cataloging is finished, as you saw in the previous tutorial, media scanning begins. Disk Content AI at this stage performs a much more thorough analysis of all image, video, and audio files. The execution time is significantly higher, with the order of magnitude of about 1 second per media file, a variable speed that depends heavily on the nature of the file, size, and disk speed. The speed is definitely higher for scanning photos. With some approximation, an SSD disk containing 10,000 photographs is scanned in 2 to 3 hours on a Mac with an Apple Silicon processor. While scanning, you can observe the progress at the bottom of the screen, and by placing the cursor over the counter you can continuously see which file is being scanned and the processing stage in detail. This pop-up also shows a statistic of how long it takes to scan a file, as well as the amount of media scanned for each type. When scanning media, you can safely use the application, even to search for media files. Only the results of files that have already been scanned will be shown, and not those yet to be scanned. Media analysis is done only once. When you rescan files in a disk or folder, only media files that have been added will be scanned, while those that had already been processed are bypassed, with a considerable speed increase. To search media, click on Media Browser in the upper left corner. The main screen of the application will initially show an empty list. As soon as you start typing a few letters in the search field, the first results will begin to appear. The search is initially limited to images only, but by activating these buttons you can include video and audio as well. Results are presented in chronological order from most recent to oldest. Found media are shown paginated, meaning that if the amount of files is very large, they are broken into several pages that can be selected from the control below. When you click on a media file, the right side of the interface shows all related metadata, which include the name of the file, a preview image, the resolution, the number of frames per second in the case of videos, the duration in the case of video and audio. Other information such as, for example, the audio and video codecs and the relative data rates. For photographs and videos, the dominant colors of the image and the tags generated by the content are also highlighted. If a photograph has saved shooting data, the GPS coordinates and related address are shown below. If you click on an audio file, it opens at the topmost part and allows you to preview it. For music files, there are tags that classify the music genre. Also, when you select a media file, the interactive clickable path is shown at the bottom. In the right part of the interface, if you click on the file name or preview image, that file is shown in the Finder. When scanning media, Disk Content AI analyzes each file using different machine learning models to try to actually understand as much as possible what the content of the media itself is. For image and video files, a classification is made that includes more than 1,000 categories and an indication of the type of framing: close-up, half-figure, long shot. For audio and video files, a classification is made on the basis of 10 music genres. All these classifications have a confidence value expressed as a percentage that is reported in the metadata. You can also choose to enable another artificial intelligence model that also identifies sound effects and musical instruments. This is disabled by default because it definitely takes a long time to process, 5 to 10 seconds per audio file depending on the duration, but you can still enable it in the preferences. In an upcoming tutorial, we will explain in detail all the possible settings of the application. When you type words into the search field, they are searched not only in the name of the file or the folders that contain it, but also in the metadata. If you type skyscraper, all images and videos containing a skyscraper will be found. If you type the name of a city, all files that have that name in the path or photographs that were taken in that location will be shown. If you type in more than one word, all media files that satisfy the search for all words will be shown. Just like in the file browser, in the media browser you can expand the panel with the button in the upper right corner to make a more precise search. At the top you can select the colors you want to search for, indicating whether the found images and videos should contain at least one of the selected colors or all of them. On the right you can narrow down the range of images and videos shown by specifying the type of framing. As with the file browser, you can specify a minimum file size. If you open the size control panel, you can also search by resolution, specifying whether width, height, all or at least one of these sides is greater or less than the specified value. If you enable search by location, you can specify GPS coordinates directly. The accuracy of the coordinates depends on the number of digits after the point. If video or audio media search is enabled, you can also specify a minimum or maximum duration as well as the music genre. As with the file browser, you can make precise searches with the date, and if necessary save the search in the panel on the right. Finally, the search is done on all drives and folders. If you want to limit the results found to media from only one disk, just click on the disk in the list on the left. If you right-click on one of the found media, the Search Similar menu item allows you to find other photos, videos, or audio with similar content characteristics. Once a media type search has been made, you can click on the Export CSV button to get a complete and detailed report of all the media in the search. Click on a drive in the list on the left and, without typing anything and not putting any filter, open the Advanced Search panel. All the media on that drive will be found. Export the CSV and you will get the complete list of all the media on that drive, something very useful for reporting and billing a project. To find out more about Disk Content AI, go to oltai.media/disk.